What if the institutions we trust for spiritual guidance were not what they seemed? What if some churches, rather than being bastions of hope and faith, were driven by the pursuit of power, fame, and wealth? These are the profound questions tackled in Church Mafia, a gripping account by Makhado Sinthumule Ramabulana. This book unveils the hidden world of occult practices and secret societies that have infiltrated certain religious movements. Through his raw and courageous testimony, Makhado reveals the dark side of spiritual leadership and the commercialization of faith, exposing the manipulation that preys on the vulnerable. Makhado's journey began with genuine intentions. Like many pastors, he aspired to lead a thriving ministry that would touch lives and inspire communities. However, his frustration with the slow progress of his ministry led him down a dangerous path. Driven by ambition and desperation, he turned to counterfeit spiritual practices, unknowingly stepping into the shadows of secret societies. His story is not just a confession, it is a warning to believers everywhere. The allure of power. At the heart of Church Mafia lies the seductive allure of power and influence. Makhado details how the pressure to grow his church and build a massive following pushed him to seek shortcuts. Operating under the persona of General Kata, he joined a counterfeit spiritual movement that promised instant miracles, prophetic powers, and financial prosperity. However, behind the scenes, this movement was built on occult practices, secret rituals, and sinister alliances. This narrative mirrors other chilling testimonies, such as that of Mr. Mekhado, whose experiences reveal the length some spiritual leaders go to in their quest for power. Makhado recounts consulting with traditional doctors and participating in elaborate rituals led by white witches. These witches claim to offer supernatural powers in exchange for rare and gruesome sacrifices, such as the hearts of camels and lions. To fund these rituals, many leaders turn to money rituals, a practice now disguised in some churches as miracle money. Congregants are encouraged to sow financial seeds with promises of divine multiplication, unaware that their contributions fuel these occult practices. The hidden costs of deception. The pursuit of power through occult practices comes at a steep price, as both Makhado and Mekhado discovered. Makhado's involvement in a secret society required him to undergo symbolic markings, blood rituals, and sacrifices designed to bind him to the group. These rituals, often cloaked in secrecy, were meant to grant him the ability to perform staged miracles, deliver false prophecies, and manipulate his followers. Mekhado's testimony adds even more chilling details. His quest for greater powers led him to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where he encountered half-human, half-crocodile entities during rituals meant to make him invulnerable. These cooking ceremonies, as he describes them, involved consuming sacrificial offerings and enduring otherworldly encounters that defied human comprehension. Such practices do not only harm the leaders involved, they also entangle their congregants in a web of deception. Believers are drawn in by promises of blessings, healing, and financial breakthroughs, only to find themselves manipulated into spending their hard-earned money on meaningless items marketed as sacred tools. Oils, rings, water, and other objects are sold at exorbitant prices, draining individuals financially while leaving them spiritually bereft. The commercialization of the gospel. One of the most compelling themes in Church Mafia is the commercialization of the gospel. Makhado reveals how some churches have become businesses, prioritizing profit over spiritual growth. The pressure to attract large congregations and demonstrate visible success has led many leaders to compromise their principles, turning faith into a commodity. Congregants are seen as customers, miracles are staged for entertainment, and prophecies are tailored to attract more followers. This trend is deeply troubling, as it undermines the true purpose of ministry. Families and communities are left to grapple with the fallout as members become disillusioned with faith, often abandoning it altogether. Makhado highlights how these practices erode trust in religious institutions, leaving a trail of broken lives in their wake. A journey of redemption. Despite the darkness, Church Mafia is ultimately a story of hope and redemption. Makhado's journey back to faith is a testament to the transformative power of God's grace. Realizing the emptiness of the path he had chosen, he turned away from the counterfeit practices that had consumed him and recommitted himself to his true calling. His story is a powerful reminder that it is never too late to return to the light. Makhado's courage in sharing his experiences serves as an inspiration to others who may feel trapped by their circumstances. It is a call to action for believers to prioritize genuine faith and reject the theatrics of false prophets. A call for discernment. Makhado's testimony is a wake-up call for the body of Christ. It challenges believers to question the authenticity of their spiritual leaders and to seek discernment in their faith journeys. Many of the practices described in Church Mafia thrive on ignorance and blind trust. By fostering a culture of transparency and accountability, congregations can protect themselves from falling prey to manipulation. As Mekhado wisely notes, the choice to follow authentic spiritual paths or continue being entangled in deceptive practices rests with each individual. An African proverb encapsulates this idea. One man can take a donkey to the river, but 10 men cannot make it drink. It is a reminder that true enlightenment begins with personal reflection and a commitment to truth. Lessons for the Church. The revelations in Church Mafia expose not only the existence of occult practices within some churches, but also the systemic issues that allow such practices to flourish. The emphasis on wealth, power, and public spectacle has overshadowed the core principles of the gospel. Believers are urged to return to the teachings of Christ, focusing on humility, service, and love. Makhado's story also highlights the need for greater accountability among spiritual leaders. Churches must be vigilant in holding their leaders to high ethical and spiritual standards, ensuring that their actions align with their words. By doing so, the body of Christ can begin to heal from the wounds inflicted by these deceptive practices. Sharing the truth. Church Mafia is more than a personal testimony, it is a call to action. Makhado's courage in exposing the dark side of modern religious movements inspires us to share these revelations with others. By spreading awareness, believers can protect their communities from exploitation and foster a culture of spiritual integrity. This mission requires not only vigilance, but also a commitment to truth. As believers, we must prioritize genuine spiritual growth over material gains, choosing leaders who exemplify humility and authenticity. Church Mafia is a powerful and necessary book for anyone seeking to understand the hidden dynamics within some modern churches. It challenges us to examine our spiritual journeys, question the leaders we follow, and reject practices that exploit rather than uplift. Makhado's testimony is a beacon of hope, reminding us that redemption is always possible and that faith, when rooted in truth, can transform lives. If this summary has resonated with you, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Let's work together to expose deception, promote truth, and build a community of believers committed to genuine faith. Your support helps us continue sharing powerful stories like this one, inspiring change and fostering enlightenment in the body of Christ.